SB 9 explained. Single-family zoning has changed in the state of California, and we are here to explain exactly what this means. So we're going to run through urban lot splits and duplex conversions, which is what SB 9 allows. We're going to talk about which properties are eligible for SB 9. We're going to explain why the duplex conversion can actually become 4 units on a single-family zoned lot. And stick around to the end where we are actually going to show you some of the different combinations you can get when you combine urban lot splits and duplex conversions. Hey there, Christian Walsh, Wire Associates. We're real estate agents based in Southern California, helping buyers and sellers and tenants and landlords navigate these crazy days in California and beyond. And this is a big update. Single-family zoning has changed. Thanks to SB 9, we're going to run through the ramifications of what this means. And remember, we can't give tax or legal advice, but for the most honest and up-to-date real estate advice, subscribe to this channel. SB 9, otherwise known as the California Housing Opportunity and More Efficiency Act, or HOME Act, was signed into law on September 16th by the governor and will officially become law on January 1st, 2022. And this law allows 2 things to happen for single-family zoning. It allows urban lot splits, where you can actually take the lot and cut it into 2. And it allows duplex conversions, which means you can take one house and put another one on the lot. SB 9 states that for lot splits and duplex conversions, or the combination, which we'll show you in a bit, that a local municipality must ministerially approve it, which means they have to make it relatively easy. Can't set up a meeting and have to have it approved in front of the Planning Commission. There must be objective standards that people can meet and know ahead of time when they're submitting their plans. And it's not subject to California's Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, which also saves time. And we've included links below. We have the full text of SB 9. I encourage you to read that. We also have a legal interpretation from attorneys at Best and Krieger LLP. And then we have a fascinating study that was done by the Turner Institute for Housing Innovation at UC Berkeley that shows that we can expect about 700,000 new homes to be added to the state of California by SB 9. There's links to all of those below. So the most basic qualification for SB 9 is that it must be single-family zoning. And what is single-family zoning? What that means is one lot and one house. So this is one house with one lot. This is single-family zoning, typically known as R1 on zoning maps. The other important point here is it will have one assessor's parcel number, or APN. And you can sell this with that one APN. It only applies on properties that are single-family zoning. So duplex or bigger, commercial, etc. does not apply in those zones. Only single-family zoning. In addition to being single-family zoning, what else is required for a property to qualify for SB 9? To be eligible for lot splits, duplex conversions, or a combination of both, it is important that a property meets these other requirements. And these include, they cannot be affordable housing currently. You can't demolish or extensively renovate affordable housing in order to take advantage of SB 9. It can't be a historically designated area, and it can't be in an area like a high fire zone. It cannot be a property that is occupied by a tenant currently or within the past 3 years. And additionally, if the owner exercised an option to pull the property from the market as a rental through the Ellis Act in the past 15 years, this property would not be eligible either. A couple of important points that apply to lot splits. If the owner is going to apply for a lot split, they must sign an affidavit that 3 years after the approval for the lot split, that one of the units will be their primary residence. And another important point is they can't assemble neighboring parcels, and you can't work with another neighbor to split a nearby lot. So that's an important point. We can't do what's called assemblage of land. Under SB 9, can a lot split or duplex conversion or a combination of both, can that be rented out? And the short answer is yes, but local agencies will require that any of the units that are rented out must be rented out for 30 days or longer. So no short-term rentals, no vacation rentals with the properties. And as we just said, if you're doing a lot split, don't forget that the owner will have to occupy one of the units as a principal residence for the next 3 years after the approval. So you obviously won't be able to rent out 4 if you build 4, because as the owner, you're gonna have to stay in one of them. So let's show you some of the different combinations that will come about when we take advantage of SB 9. What we have here is our single family zoned lot with one house sitting on it. And that is currently what it would take to be eligible, plus some of the other stuff that we walked you through earlier in the video. So let's first talk about the duplex conversion. So duplex conversion is easy. It simply means another house, and it can go here, it can be here. Right now we'll put it right up here. So this is the duplex conversion, and nothing special here. You don't need to worry about signing a 3-year affidavit. In this case, that is for the lot splits, which we're gonna show. And now we're gonna talk about the urban lot split to show you how that works, and then we're gonna combine them and show the outcome there. So what we're gonna do on the urban lot split is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut this lot right in half. Oh, we lost our house. You don't have to tear the house down, but if it does come down, you can always rebuild it later. So under the urban lot split, you now have the ability to build another home over there. Now you have 2 separate parcels. These can be sold individually. So before they were together, and you could only sell this whole thing. Now they're apart, and you can sell 2 separate homes. So that's what's distinct here. Now what's important to remember is that with this configuration, with the lot split, that the owner is gonna have to sign that 3-year affidavit. Another important point here is you can see this is a 50-50 split approximately. You could get away with up to about 60-40, but it's not like you can carve off a teeny tiny piece of a large lot and put a house on it. It has to be around 50-50 or 60-40. And another thing to remember is that the minimum lot size, unless a city chooses to allow it to be smaller, minimum lot size would be 1,200 each. So in other words, this lot together had to be a minimum of 2,400 square feet if you're gonna do the 50-50 split. With a 1,200 square foot lot minimum, I know a lot of you are thinking this, can I keep splitting my lot until I get down to that? That's like wishing for more wishes from the genie. The answer is no. You get one chance, so each R1 lot is able to be split in half once. Here we have our 2 different lots. We have 2 separate saleable pieces. Let's see what happens when we add in the 2-unit developments, the duplex conversions. So with the duplex conversions, this is how we're able to get what used to be 1 house on a lot. This is how we're able to get the 4. So you're able to combine the urban lot split with the duplex conversions and have a maximum of 2 on each lot. That doesn't mean you have to have 2 on each lot. You could have a triplex, you could have 3. You could keep it as a duplex like we said. One more thing we'll touch on, and that is economic feasibility. And we'll dive into this deeper in future content, but I just want to give you a quick run through of what you can actually sell when you're done with doing these projects. So obviously you've got a single family home, 1 house on the lot. That is something that you can sell as an owner. When you add a second unit, when you do the duplex conversion without the lot split, right now what you're selling is a duplex, attached or detached. So whether you add a second structure on or it's over here, you are selling this as a duplex. A duplex is easy to finance. It is actually the same financing for a duplex as it is for a single family home. 1 to 4 units is conventional financing. The lot split, what do we have that we can sell? Well, all we've done here is the lot split from the original single family home. So now what we have is we have a single family home on a smaller lot that can sell, and we have a vacant lot that can sell. So you can sell that vacant lot. You don't have to do anything to it. That is something that you will have its own separate parcel number. It can be sold separately. The owner can keep this one. In fact, if they do this, they actually have to keep it for 3 years. So now here, let's start adding additional combos and kind of talk through what you have to sell. So here now you have, obviously you have a single family home. You can sell these individually. After you've waited the 3 years, you'll be able to sell everything. Here we have a duplex and a single family home, which we already told you duplex is easy to sell, just like selling a home. Here you have a pair of duplexes that you can sell. So you can see how the value has gone up from one house on a big lot to 2 separate houses to a duplex, which is worth more than just a house on a lot, to a pair of duplexes. So from an economic feasibility standpoint, when you're running these numbers, and we are going to be helping our clients run these numbers just as we've helped them run numbers on their properties, this is important to understand how the value increases. Now, of course, there is additional cost to build each of these units, so it may not be economically feasible to do, but it's part of the math, part of running through the numbers that you need to do. Is a lot split or duplex conversion feasible for you? Reach out to us and we'll help you figure that out. And make sure you subscribe to our free weekly email newsletter where you'll get more SB9 content, including the important question of, should I go with SB9 or should I build an accessory dwelling unit? That's one of the topics we'll be covering, plus a whole lot more for buyers and sellers and tenants and landlords. We have a link below so you can subscribe to our free weekly email newsletter. Leave your questions below, and I want to hear, are you considering taking advantage of SB9? What are some of the pros and cons that you see to this change in single family zoning in the state of California through SB9? Thanks for tuning in. This has been Christian Walsh, Wire Associates, and we appreciate you.